distinguished panelists, delegates. Let me at the outset thank Mr. Sthana and NSFI for inviting us. You must be wondering what an energy guy is doing in a conference which is largely agriculture. And I actually wondered when Mr. Sthana asked me why I'm here. So let me begin by just mentioning what we are. We are a public sector company under Power Ministry, Government of India. And we have grown very quickly in the last 4-5 years from a turnover of about 5 crores 5 years ago. We are now a multinational company with 2,700 crores of turnover. Most importantly, we have created a new way, a new paradigm of delivering services to the people, to virtually all sectors. And agriculture and farming has been one of our focus areas, and that's why I thought it's really important for actually energy guys also to come in these conferences. When we talk about climate smart agriculture, there are two sides of it. One is the adaptation part of it, which the Ministry of Agriculture, NABARD, etc. will do, but equally and more importantly is the mitigation part of it. And that's what I'll very briefly talk about, how and what we are trying to do with, in association with Power Ministry, Ministry of Renewable Energy, and actually kind of living up to the goals that the government has set, with the Honourable Minister also alluded to, of doubling farmers' income, while at the same time making sure that the vulnerabilities of the climate we are able to insulate the farmer. And one such scheme which was a pilot which was very successfully done in Gujarat several years ago, and again tried at a couple of places in Karnataka is what we are structuring, and I very briefly talk about what it is. As you're aware about, the country, the energy needs of agriculture are quite substantial. Almost 20% of capacity in the country is only used for agriculture, which is about 70,000 megawatts if you look at numbers. We have about 2.5 crore pumps which are grid connected, and we have almost the same number of diesel connected pumps which are used for irrigation. The challenge is, in most states, particularly about 12 states where the agriculture consumption of electricity is more than 20%, most state utilities actually provide this electricity in the night, which is certainly not the most healthy part of it, and I'm sure this will be something that experts sitting here will realize, because it has impacts on cropping pattern, what kind of crops you will grow, and so on and so forth. The project which I was talking about is a project where it's a largely market-based phenomenon, where, let's say, a farmer has a 5 horsepower pump, that is his requirement as per the irrigation requirements. The scheme is that the government will allow him to set up a 15 kilowatt solar power plant in his farmland or any other place that he has to. Use that 5 kilowatt that is generated from the solar power to irrigate his land. The balance 10 kilowatt is then bought by the distribution company, and the farmer gets a share of the revenue from that. Equally, there are incentives that the scheme also has, that within that 5 kilowatt, if the farmer is able to reduce his consumption, let's say, to 3 kilowatt, can do this by an efficient pump, can do this by drip irrigation or any other means, the farmer then gets to push additional 2 kilowatts of energy back to the grid, and for that he is paid slightly more. So what it does, A, it provides farmer a steady source of income outside of agriculture. B, it incentivizes the farmer to look at water conservation, because that again, groundwater will become a big challenge as we move forward. And third and most importantly, in fact, thirdly, he gets electricity during the day, which is a rarity in most of the states that we see agriculture is. And fourthly, and this is a phrase that I'm borrowing from an Additional Chief Secretary of Energy in Gujarat, who actually helped design the scheme. it drought-proofs the farmer. If there is a drought, all he can do, and there's no indication that is possible, at least he is generating 15 kilowatt of energy and selling it to the grid. So this is a scheme which is now being announced by the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy as KUSUM, which we are very proud to be working on this. To begin with, this is a small pilot that the government has decided to set up. The coverage right now is about 1 million pumps. At the moment, it's also being subsidized both by the state and the central government. But we feel and we are confident that after this first round, we may not need a subsidy at all. There is a business model inherent. Of course, we will need aggregators, we will need people who can provide the technical expertise to the farmers, because it will not be possible for individual farmers to set up this whole infrastructure, maintain this whole infrastructure, and do all the kind of accounting that is needed to get the benefits out of the scheme. And the KUSUM scheme does talk about such aggregators right at the ground level. And as I said, we are really looking forward to this scheme. And we really feel that it is extremely, extremely important from the climate perspective, because 20% of country's electricity coming from for largely fossil fuels, which is used in agriculture, can actually be replaced. And if we do that, the capacity in the country of renewables can actually go up to over 400 or 4 lakh megawatt, which will have very, very good impact as far as climate is concerned. So I thought I'll just share this perspective. It's really heartening that Global Agri Connect has started to look at energy also from the way it can be used, in particular renewable energy and efficiency. Let me thank once again Mr. Thana and NSFI, and I wish the deliberations all success. Thank you very much.